Yo, what's going on everybody? My name is Ryan, I'm a CPA, and today I'm going to be talking about the child tax credit and some updates here. But first, I'd love it if you would please smash the like button to this video, and if you would consider subscribing to my channel, that would be awesome. And leave me a comment below about any questions, concerns, whatever you have about this topic. All right, so on to the child tax credit. What is new here? What's going on? So just to give you a quick recap, the child tax credit is a credit that you get, $2,000 credit usually for each qualifying child that you claim on your taxes. Now for the 2021 year, that has been updated to a maximum of $3,000 for any qualifying child between the ages of 6 and 17, and then $3,600 for any qualifying child under the age of 6. What's more weird this year also is that the IRS plans on giving you advance payments for the child tax credits, kind of like the stimulus payments. They're going to give you monthly payments starting July 15th, through December 15th of the 2021 year. And then the rest of your tax credit you're going to claim on your tax return when you file it in 2022. So the amounts of the monthly payments will be $300 if for each child that you have under 6 years old, and $250 per month for each child between the ages of 6 and 17. Of course, there are income limits. So if you are a married couple that has children, you will get the full credit if you make under $150,000 total. If you are filing as head of household, then you need to make under $112,000 in order to get the full credit. And the credit will begin to phase out after these income limits. So the IRS sent a letter out to taxpayers informing them that, about the credits, about, the monthly payments, if they're eligible, that kind of thing. It's a very basic letter, as you can see here. They also sent out information on an IRS tool or a website that you can go to for various things, whether you want to unenroll from the credit, from the advance payments, or if you're not required to file a 2020 tax return. So that's the non-filer tool. If you went through the 2020 year and you were not required to file a tax return, then you should use the non-filer tool on the IRS's website, which I'll put in the description below, in order to claim your child tax credit. Because that's not something you want to miss out on just because you didn't file a tax return, okay? And when you go to the website, you go onto the tool, you will see that there are some guidelines on whether or not you should use that tool. And it's usually for people that are not required to file the 2020 year tax return and who lived at least half a year in the US. The next big thing about the tool that the IRS released is giving you the ability to opt out of your monthly advances. Some people might have their reasons of why they want to do this, but this will give you an option to do that. If you don't do anything, you will automatically get the monthly advances if you qualify. So if you choose to opt out, then you can do that using the IRS tool. That doesn't mean you're throwing away money. That just means you're not getting the payments in advance. So if you opt out, you're going to receive your full credits when you file your taxes in 2022. So when you receive these monthly advances, it's going to start July 15th, pay you through December 15th of this year. That means that you're going to receive half of your credit. Okay, $300 a month for each child under 6 years old, and $250 a month for each child between 6 and 17. That means you're going to receive half of your child tax credit that you're eligible for. When you file your taxes, when you file your 2021 taxes next year, you will claim the other half as a normal tax credit, that offsets your tax liability. This all gets reconciled when you file your 2021 taxes. So if you don't receive it for some reason this year, then don't worry, it's not lost. You will get it when you file your taxes. Now, the next big question probably is, will you have to pay it back if you receive too much of an advance? Some people thought, including myself, like the stimulus payments, you wouldn't have to pay it back. But the IRS's answer to that is actually a maybe. You might have to pay it back. So how the IRS determines this is they will put each taxpayer on a repayment protection program. So if for some reason you got more of an advance than you actually should have qualified for, you would be put under this kind of like a few-step process to see if you qualify for the repayment protection program. I'm not going to go through the details of this on this video. I will show you how to get to the details of it here in a little bit. But basically, if you qualify for the repayment protection program, then you will get to exclude a certain amount of repayments back to the IRS. And that could be like the full amount. It depends on your income, depends on how many dependents you're claiming, a few things like that. If you don't qualify for the repayment protection program, then you will have to pay back the child tax credit. So what is all in this IRS tool that I'm talking about? Just to summarize, there is a way for you to unenroll from the advance payments. There is the non-filer tool if you were not required to file your taxes in 2020. There's an FAQ just for you to get more information, and that's where you're going to find the details of the repayment protection program. All right. There's also some publications, some guidance, that kind of thing, like technical guidance for you or for tax preparers, that kind of thing. And there's a tool for you to determine whether or not you're eligible for the child tax credit, for the advanced monthly payments, that sort of thing. Just a quick video here. I wanted to give you an update on the child tax credit, as that's going to be rolling out here really soon, in maybe 2 weeks or so. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them. And again, if you found this video useful, please do consider subscribing to my channel and smashing the like button. That would be awesome. All right, so that's all I got for today. Thanks for joining me. I hope you stay safe, take care of yourself, have a good rest of your week, have a good weekend, and I will see you next time.
In the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a sticker. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flicker. Feel I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change up.